हम चेस की राजधानी चेन्नई में है। राजधानी तब पूरी होती है जब वहाँ पे होता है एक राजा, डोमाराजू गुकेश।
When I started playing chess, I was too young to know what a career was. I think any chess player would agree that the biggest challenge is to face madness. And yeah, there has also obviously been a lot of setbacks and a lot of emotional challenges. The time I cried the most was probably
क्या बात हुई थी तब आपकी प्राइम मिनिस्टर से जब आप मिले थे पिछली बार? और आपकी मुलाकात हो गई होगी धोनी से तो अभी तक?
my flight got delayed.
आपने कभी कहा नहीं कि मामा मैं वर्ल्ड चैंपियन हूँ, मेरा देखा करो मैच कभी तो? गुकेश डोमाराजू आइडल, गुकेश टैक्स वेवर, गुकेश गर्लफ्रेंड। नमस्ते, मैं हूं निखिल और आप खबर गांव देख रहे हैं। सेटअप कुछ बदला बदला लग रहा है क्योंकि हम चेस की राजधानी चेन्नई में हैं। राजधानी तब पूरी होती है जब वहां पे तमाम इमारतों के साथ में होता है एक राजा। खबर गांव के इस पेशकश में आप एक राजा से ही मिलने वाले हैं। चेस की दुनिया में वो चेन्नई के राजा हैं, हिंदुस्तान के राजा हैं और अब पूरी दुनिया के भी। डोमाराजू गुकेश, बहुत बहुत स्वागत है गुकेश खबर गांव की इस बातचीत में। आपने हमें अपने इतने बिजी स्केड्यूल में से वक्त दिया, उसके लिए आपका अग्रिम धन्यवाद। हम जानते हैं कि बहुत सारे लोग आपसे बात करना चाहते हैं, बहुत सारे लोग आपको समझना चाहते हैं, बूझना चाहते हैं और थोड़ी बोरियत आपको बहुत सारे सवालों का जवाब देते देते हो गई है। बट हमारी कोशिश रहेगी आपको जानने की और अपने हवाले से अपने दर्शकों तक आपकी पर्सनालिटी को कम्युनिकेट करने की। तो पहला प्रश्न हम यही जानना चाहते हैं क्योंकि पर्सनली मैं भी कभी भी अब तक के अपने जीवन में किसी चैम्पियन से मिला नहीं, किसी भी डिसिप्लिन में। तो मैं जानना चाहता हूँ, हाउ डज इट फील टू बी अ किंग?
Yeah, first of all, thank you. Thank you for coming all the way to Chennai and setting up this beautiful setup. And I'm glad to be here. And yeah, it feels great to be the king, the world champion. I was dreaming about this since I started playing chess. So yeah, it means a lot to be here.
You were 7 years old जब विश्वनाथन आनंद अपना टाइटल हार जाते हैं मैग्नस कार्लसन से, और तब का एक वीडियो है कि आप वर्ल्ड चेस चैंपियन बनना चाहते हैं और तब से लेके अब तक की आपकी यात्रा पूरी हो गई है। इस पूरी जर्नी में आपकी तब उम्र 7 साल थी, आज आप 18 के हो गए। 11 साल की मेहनत है इसमें कब आपको ऐसा लग गया था कि हाँ मैं कर लूँगा ये?
Like when I was 7, I was watching this world championship between Vishy sir and Magnus in Chennai, and it was like I visited the place for like one game to watch the games, and I thought it will be really cool to be inside that glass box one day, and that's where the dream started.
तब आप खेल रहे थे चेस?
That's when I started learning chess basically. I was not playing tournaments or anything, but just I starting learning chess, and yeah, the moment I knew I could make it was like when I was trying to qualify for the candidates. I almost missed out on the candidate spot, and I used the last chance, the Chennai Grandmasters, to win that tournament and then to qualify for the candidates. And I thought, it was such a journey to qualify for the candidates, and since I'm here, I might as well make it all the way. So yeah, that was the moment where I actually started believing that I could break the record.
आपने बताया कि आपने विश्वनाथन आनंद को उस ग्लास बॉक्स में खेलते हुए देखा, तो उनसे पहला संपर्क आपका कब हुआ? आप पहली बार कब मिले विश्वनाथन आनंद से?
The first time I remember, like my first memory was looking inside the glass box and seeing both of them play, but it was not we did not meet at that time. But then there was this school felicitation ceremony for Vishwanathan Anand sir in Velamal school. I was a student in that school, and there I was one of the kids who like kind of invited him, or just to give him the bouquet, and he was on the stage. I was watching him from the stands, and it was such a big moment for me because he was like the god, and I was meeting him for the first time. So yeah, that was a beautiful moment.
और प्रोफेशनली उनके साथ में कब आपका संपर्क हुआ? When did you join WACA?
The first time that I discussed chess with him was soon after I became a grandmaster in 2019. So he invited me home, and he was doing this with all the grandmasters. As soon as somebody becomes a grandmaster, he invites.
There's also a video with all the grandmasters. Actually, आप लोग शायद कनाडा जाने वाले थे?
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, that was much later. But in 2019, I went to his home and we discussed chess briefly. but he invited me to his academy. He partnered together with Westbridge, my sponsor, and he created Westbridge Anand Chess Academy. And there, he invited me to join his academy around 2020 December or 2021 January, around that time. And from then on, we have been working regularly together. And this round table conversation we had was was right before we left for Canada for the candidates. It was me, Prag, Vaishali Akka, and Humpy ma'am. And it was just to wish us all for the candidates. And it was a very nice setting. And I visited Vishesh a lot of times in his place. And it tells a lot about him. Like he not only is an inspiration, but he also takes his time to inspire the next generation. So yeah, we are all indebted to Vishesh. So.
कैंडिडेट्स में एक ऐसा मौका था जब आप मैच नहीं जीत पाए चैम्पियनशिप में, और कार में लौटते हुए आप बड़े दुखी थे, और जैसे हमने प्रेस रिपोर्ट्स में पढ़ा, और तब विश्वनाथन आनंद साहब की बात होती है, और उसके बाद में एक तरह से वो आपको संबल देते हैं. क्या उस बातचीत के बारे में आप बताना चाहेंगे कि उन्होंने क्या कहा था आपसे? आई रिस्पेक्ट दैट इट्स अ प्राइवेट कॉन्वर्सेशन, लेकिन जितना शेयर हो सकता है.
Yeah, so before the candidates we spoke a bit, but during the candidates we spoke a bit, but not about just about general things. But I think the one moment you mentioned was during the World Championship.
Yes.
Like I lost the first game, and it was such a big blow because we have been preparing for like months for this one match, and I come to the first game, I lose with the white pieces, and it was such a huge blow. But when I was returning back to my hotel room, Vishesa was in the same hotel as the players and all the staff. So we went together in the lift after the game, and he just said he was talking about his previous match with Wesleyan Topalov in 2011, and he said at that time I had 11 games to come back, and you have 13 games. So that was the only thing he said, and it's like. It was a cool thing to say because he was reminding me that it's possible to come back from this deficit, 1 point deficit, but also not trying to say too much things because I was already tense and I was trying to focus for the next game. So yeah, a lot of subtle things he has done over the years which has helped me a lot.
In the final match, you faced off with Ding. Which move made you realize that you are going to win this match?
Yeah, the 55th move when he played Rook F2, I thought I was going to press this position for a long time, but objectively it should end in a draw. But when he played Rook F2, I soon realized that this over and I'm the world champion.
और उस मैच में भी एक चीज़ बहुत सारे लोगों ने पॉइंट आउट की है कि डिंग बीच बीच में आपको कभी कभी देख लेते थे, ही यूज्ड टू सी ग्लांसेस एट यू, लेकिन आपने सिर्फ बोर्ड को ही देखा. तो और ये आपके बाकी मैचेस में भी हमने देखा है, मतलब यू एक्सटेंड योर कर्ट्सीज, आप हाथ मिलाते हैं अपने ओपोनेंट के साथ में मैच के पहले और बाद में, लेकिन उसके बाद आप या तो बोर्ड पे देखते हैं या तो फिर आपकी आंखें बंद होती हैं. कई लोगों ने कहा कि ये आपका अपना तरीका है मेडिटेट करने का, या अंदर अपने दिमाग के अंदर उस खेल को फिगर आउट करने का. तो क्या हम दर्शकों को ये बता सकते हैं कि जब आप अपनी आंखें बंद करते हैं किसी मैच में, स्ट्रेस है, तो आप उस वक्त सोच क्या रहे होते हैं, आपके दिमाग से क्या बीतता है?
So usually in this match it was a different setting because in normal tournaments there are like many games taking place. Even in the candidates there are like 8 games taking place all at once. So when for example when players think during their opponent's move, they already know what they are going to reply to each one of opponent's moves, and in those moments we try not to spend too much energy. And we try to look at the other games just to clear our mind, because when you focus on the same thing at like 5 hours, you get tired at the end. So, but in this World Championship match, there's this one game taking place, and there's nothing to look at inside the glass box. So, I was just trying to close my eyes and not trying to. Once I realized, I'm going to make this move for this, and I calculated like a few moves ahead. I just tried to close my eyes and not think too much about the game. But sometimes also it's when you're calculating a long forced line, it's easier to think with your eyes closed, at least for me. So yeah.
So this is from your instinct, या ये कोई एक्सरसाइज थी आपके गुरुओं ने आपको सिखाया इसे, या फिर ये आपका अपना तरीका है?
I think it was not like a planned strategy or anything. It's just what comes more naturally to me. So yeah, I mean, for example, in the first game I wasn't doing that, but then I adapted to the setup and I realized, okay, I can't be spending too much energy. So from game 2 I started this, I think.
चलिए, एक तारीफ आपकी छपी थी इंडियन एक्सप्रेस में, प्रवीण तिप्सी ने उसे लिखा था, एंड ही राइट्स, ओरिजिनलिटी इज़ लाइक आर्ट एंड कैलकुलेशन इज़ मैथमेटिक्स, गुकेश इज़ गुड एट बोथ. वर यू गुड एट मैथमेटिक्स इन स्कूल टू?
This is a like very common misconception. Like everyone says, like non-chess players, like family friends, they come up to me and say, you're such a great chess player. You must be so good at math. And I'm like, I have nothing to do with math. I mean, chess. I think for me, at least personally, like chess and math are just two different things. Because, like for me, I believe in, like if you really want to be good at one thing, you just put in the hours and you just put in the thought behind it. And maybe like if I'm taking up chess as a hobby and I'm focused on math, then maybe chess can help math. But like for me as a professional chess player, I spend like hours on chess and pretty much no time with math. And yeah, I see no reason why I should be good with math. Yeah.
चलो, तो एक डाउट ये हमारे बहुत सारे दर्शकों का भी दूर हो जाता है यहाँ पे. ऐसा लोगों को लगता तो है, आई एग्री, जो आपके दोस्त आपके रिलेटिव्स भी आपसे कहते हैं. इफ़ यू वर टू लुक एट Gokesh's YouTube home page, will we find a lot of chess videos? आप क्या देखते हो फ़ोन पे?
When I'm on YouTube, I pretty much don't see anything related to chess actually. So
what do you like to see? What do you consume?
YouTube, I'm mostly for like listening to songs or watching some movie clips.
So what kind of movies are you into?
Mostly like Indian movies. I don't like English much, but I like some Bollywood. I mean, I don't watch a lot nowadays, but in the pandemic, I was like really addicted to movies. Like old Bollywood, Shah Rukh Khan movies, I was a fan, so yeah.
Plus you read a lot.
Yeah, after the pandemic, I started this habit of reading. I mean, not too much chess books, but non-chess books, like some sports autobiographies and stuff like that.
There's a video which is viral on YouTube these days. उसमें आपके कमरे का एक टूर है और उसके अंदर हम देख रहे हैं कि उसमें अलग अलग जो पर्सनालिटीज़ हैं दुनिया की, जो शिखर पे पहुंची हैं स्पोर्ट्स में, उन सब की बायोग्राफीज़ आपने रखी हुई हैं. माइकल फेल्प्स, सचिन तेंदुलकर, विश्वनाथन आनंद, और पूरी वो. तो सबसे ज़्यादा आपको चेस से इतर किस और खेलने या खिलाड़ी ने प्रेरित किया है?
From the childhood, I really admired Dhoni. Yeah, like I remember watching the 2011 final winning shot when I was like 5 years old, and it was like a great moment for all of us. And yeah, from that time I really admired Dhoni.
और आपकी मुलाकात हो गई होगी धोनी से तो अभी तक?
Actually, like I was very close to meeting Dhoni twice, but like once I was supposed to meet Dhoni sir at an event, but then my flight got delayed. So then I couldn't meet, but my grandparents, they all met Dhoni sir. And I also really like Djokovic. The last couple of years, I think he's my favorite athlete. Yeah.
ठीक है, महेंद्र सिंह धोनी से तो आपका चेन्नई कनेक्शन भी है, तो आप खबरगांव के माध्यम से उनसे कहना चाहेंगे कि आप मिलना चाहते हैं, वो थोड़ा वक्त निकालें आपके लिए?
I would love to. He's like my childhood idol, so yeah.
हम एक और चीज़ ये जानना चाहते हैं कि मतलब हम लोगों की उम्र में थोड़ा सा फ़र्क है ज़रूर, लेकिन इस एज पे बहुत सारे लोग चीज़ें फिगर आउट कर रहे होते हैं, है ना, कि मुझे क्या करना है. जनरली लोग +2 के बाद में ग्रेजुएशन का फर्स्ट ईयर सेकेंड ईयर चल रहा होता है. बहुत सारे लोग क्लूलेस होते हैं और उसमें कोई बुराई नहीं है. अगर आपको बचपन में नहीं पता है कि आपको आगे जाके क्या करना है तो ठीक है. बहुत सारे लोगों को बहुत देर से पता चलता है. आपको काफ़ी पहले से ये चीज़ पता थी, घर पे एक माहौल था, एक दिशा में आपको आगे बढ़ना था. लेकिन जिस चीज़ को मंजिल कहा जाता है चेस में, वर्ल्ड चैम्पियनशिप, वहाँ तक आप 18 की उम्र में ही पहुँच गए. इसके बाद आपके क्या प्लान्स हैं?
Yeah, it's a bit different in my case because like when I started playing chess, I was too young to know what a career was. Like I started at 6.5, 7, and at that point, the only thing I knew was I loved this game and I wanted to spend all my time with chess. And then I've never really had to make this decision what I'm going to do with my career because by the time I was mature enough to think about it, I was already like playing at a quite a high level in chess, and it was just an obvious choice. So it was more difficult for my parents to choose this like, career path or what decision they have to make for me. But I'm glad they let me follow my passion. And about becoming world champion at 18, it's very cool. It's a gift and I really appreciate it. But like from the start, I think my goal has been to become the best player in the world. And even though I'm the world champion, I know that I'm not the best player in the world because there are great players, and Magnus is clearly the best in the world right now. So that is kind of a nice motivating factor that like I am the world champion, but I have things to look forward to, and I still have, there's still a long way to go to achieve what my real goal is. So yeah.
विच इज़ टू बीट मैग्नस कार्लसन्स रेटिंग. अभी जो है हाईएस्ट रेटिंग आई गेस चेस में उन्हीं की है, उनसे ऊपर कोई नहीं है.
Yeah, the highest rated of all time is Magnus. Yeah, rating is one thing, but also becoming the best player in the world, like to everyone to know that I'm the best is like, see, I mean, rating is like one thing you can relate with, but also pure chess wise, I think rating does not always speak the truth. So yeah, rating I would love to be world number one, but also yeah, to become the best in the world, to surpass Magnus, to yeah, keep improving myself is probably the goal I have.
आप बता रहे थे कि जैसे एक ऐसी उम्र में आपने चेस खेलना शुरू किया जब करियर और इन सारी चीज़ों को लेकर के कोई वो उम्र नहीं होती है सोचने की. आपके माता पिता ने ये दिशा आपके लिए तय की और आप यहाँ तक पहुँच भी गए. लेकिन हमने जितने इंटरेक्शंस आपके माता पिता के आए हैं उसमें हमने देखा है कि आपकी मम्मा आपके गेम्स को एकदम ऐसे एक स्टेप के साथ में फॉलो नहीं करती, वो डायरेक्ट रिजल्ट पे जाती हैं. आपने कभी कहा नहीं कि मामा मैं वर्ल्ड चैंपियन हूँ, मेरा देखा करो मैच कभी? तो
I think it's a bit hard for non-chess players to follow the game because
शी इज इनटू कैरम.
yeah, she was into, I mean, so basically both my parents, the reason why they allowed me to pursue my career was pursue my passion was because they both were interested in sports first of all, and my mom was like really interested in carom and singing and stuff like that when she
Have
was.
they played professionally, both your parents?
Yeah, so they wanted to. My father was really into cricket, but I mean, at that time they didn't have the resources or they didn't have the opportunities to pursue their passion, and they both are doctors. So they decided, like that I should have all resources to pursue whatever I want to. So that's kind of the reason I started. And going back to the question, I think my mom doesn't want to follow because it's too much pressure for her. And also I don't prefer my parents watching because because they don't understand chess that well, and yeah, it's also a bit hard for them to follow.
But you still call her before every match?
Yeah, whenever I mean, sometimes because of the time zone she's sleeping, but she still makes sure to attend the call before I go to the game. And it's just she says some words which I've heard a lot, and it's always good to remind myself of that before going to the game.
ठीक है. उनके हाथ का बना खाना भी मिस करते हैं? आपको बहुत ट्रैवल करना पड़ता है, लगभग एक महीने में आपके एक से ज़्यादा देश आपको जाना ही है. अभी 2 हफ्ते बाद आप फिर से ट्रैवल करने वाले हैं, तो उनसे मिलने के अलावा और क्या क्या मिस करते हैं चेन्नई के बारे में when you travel?
When I'm in tournaments, I'm usually not thinking about anything else because like most of my routines and my schedule is fully based on my training, playing, recovering and stuff like that. So I don't really spend too much thought back home, but yeah, sometimes I do feel like at home you're with family, or with you can meet up with friends, and it's sometimes I miss that, but yeah, usually when it comes to chess I'm fully involved in that.
You miss your food?
Sorry?
फूड खाना, जब आप बाहर जाते हैं तब आपको खाना नहीं याद आता यहाँ का?
Like I can adjust with pretty much any food, but
Any
during
favorites?
tournaments, yeah, I like Indian food, and also wherever I go, like there are Indian restaurants. So even in most remote village, there we can find some kind of Indian connection there. So Yeah, Indian food I get pretty much anywhere, and also I'm not too particular about food. So
तो जब आप हिंदुस्तान में होते हैं, चेन्नई में होते हैं और आप चेस नहीं खेल रहे होते हैं, तब आप क्या कर रहे होते हैं?
when I'm at home,
मतलब माइनस चेस गुकेश का जीवन कैसा है?
um, yeah, usually spend time with friends, family. Obviously, it's very hard to like maintain a relationship with friends, and because of all the traveling and all the training going on. But I have some childhood friends, and we've known each other. My parents' family friends basically, and we've known each other for since the time we were born, and we always managed to spend time to like catch up with each other, and I spend time with family, with my mom. And other than that, I like to play many sports, squash, tennis, or many other sports. I love to try out different sports, and I also love reading. So yeah, that's pretty much most of the things.
Do you read fiction?
Not so much fiction, although a lot of my friends have asked me to. But I like reading mostly about sports and like maybe some spirituality and stuff like that.
शतरंज का मोहरा आपको कौन सा पसंद? Which piece do you like the most and why?
I don't really have a favorite piece or anything, but okay, let's just say the king, just to be. Yeah.
अब आप भी राजा हैं, आप भी किंग हैं.
Yeah.
हमने ये देखा है कि जो चोटी के शिखर के स्पोर्ट्स पर्सन्स होते हैं, यू आर अ वर्ल्ड चैंपियन योरसेल्फ नाउ, सच पीपल आर फॉन्ड ऑफ एक्सपेंसिव कार्स. सो क्या आप भी कोई महंगी हाई परफॉर्मेंस गाड़ी ख़रीदना चाहते हैं? क्या आपने वो गाड़ी अभी चलाई है और आप वेट कर रहे थे कि मेरी उम्र 18 की हो जाए, लाइसेंस बनाएंगे और फिर?
Like after I won the candidates, my school, Velamal, they gifted me a Mercedes. So, like, yeah, that was very nice of them to gift, and I love my car. But like I personally I wouldn't spend on expensive things because I'm always kind of hesitant to spend too much. But other than Mercedes, I'm not really interested too much in cars actually. So whatever I spend is like mostly on like whether I'm trying out different foods or like some books, stuff like that. But yeah, I do like my car. I don't have my license, so I can't drive it. But I hope to get my license soon so that
अब जल्दी मिल जाएगा. They'll make an exception for you.
Yeah, I'm 18 now, so I have taken up the classes, but yeah, still need some work to do.
ठीक है, पार्किंग में बड़ी दिक्कत होती है यार.
Yeah.
अच्छा, जैसे आप शुरू में बता रहे थे कि दिस इज़ अ मिसकंसेप्शन कि जो लोग चेस में अच्छे होते हैं वो मैथ्स में भी अच्छे होंगे, और तो ऐसा ही एक और है, एक रूढ़ी है, लोगों को ऐसा लगता है कि चेस खेलने वाले बड़े शांत स्वभाव के होते हैं. आपको देख के भी लोगों ने ये कहा कि बड़ा काम, बड़ा कंपोस्ट लड़का है. क्या कभी ऐसा हुआ है किसी मैच के दौरान जहाँ पे किसी खिलाड़ी ने आपको गुस्सा दिला दिया हो?
Yeah, a lot of times. Like, I mean, when it gets to sport, it's not just about chess, but you are also like putting everything, like emotionally, physically, and mentally. So when you strain yourself that much, you do get these emotional outbursts. And I also personally have showed anger over the board, like probably not as much as the others, but like when I was younger, at least I used to be very short-tempered and very impulsive. So we decided at that time that I should get into like meditation, yoga, and over the years I've calmed myself down a lot. Now I'm able to like manage my emotions much better over the board. Still like outside of it, I am still a calm person, but I react a lot differently than at the board. But yeah, a lot of players are more emotional than I am, and a lot of people are more expressive than I am, and it's very normal. Yeah, as I said, I've also showed some emotions during the game.
और पैडी ऑप्टन से मिलने के बाद में इस चीज़ में कितना फ़र्क आया, जो आपने कहा कि आपको शांत रहने में मदद मिली, ज़्यादा फोकस मिला?
Yeah.
पैडी ने क्या ऐड किया आपके स्किल सेट में?
So we started working with Paddy around May this year.
Yeah.
In preparation for the World Championship, and it was thanks to my sponsor Westbridge. Sandeep sir immediately got in contact with Paddy as soon as I asked for a mental coach, and yeah, the work has been like very enjoyable. And I mean, we usually like have a call once a week for like 1.5 hours or something like that, or even more sometimes. And it's just like I can, I can say, I can speak out my thoughts, and he gives feedback on those and gives perspective into what I'm trying to achieve. And yeah, there have been, even during the match, like after game 12, I was having trouble falling asleep on many of those days. So I took some advice on him how to handle these moments, because I was like not only mentally but also physically he has helped me condition myself for this match. And yeah, his teachings have helped me a lot. So after game 12, some of the things he suggested, I managed to apply on the rest day after game 12, and it really helped me in the last 2 games. So yeah, Paddy has been a huge support for me.
ठीक है। और जितने सारे लोगों का तब आपके चैंपियन बनने में लगा है, उसमें पैडी भी हैं, आपके माता पिता भी हैं, विश्वनाथन आनंद हैं, चेस से जुड़े तमाम आपके मेंटर्स, गुरु हैं, दोस्त, परिवार भी हैं, और ये सब आपको उस पल तक के ले गए जब आप चैंपियन बने। तो अभी तक का जो आपका जीवन रहा है, और किसी के भी जीवन के दो बड़े प्रमुख पहलू होते हैं, एक सुख और दुख, हैप्पीनेस एंड सॉरो। तो सबसे खुश आप कब थे, शायद उसका जवाब हम सब जानते हैं। अगर उससे इतर कोई पल हो तो वो भी बताइएगा। एंड व्हेन वाज द टाइम दैट यू क्राइड द मोस्ट?
Yeah, the happiest moment probably was the moment I became world champion.
Yes.
But also I would like to mention this candidates also was a very special achievement, and also Olympiad was very special because we did it for India as a team, and it was very emotional for all of us. And yeah, there has also obviously been a lot of setbacks and a lot of emotional challenges. The time I cried the most was probably the last year when I was trying to qualify for the candidates. So I had this tournament in UK, Grand Swiss, and it was like I thought at that time it was the last shot to qualify for the candidates, and qualifying meant a lot to me at that time. So that tournament was probably one of my worst tournaments ever, and at that tournament I probably cried like a lot, because it was I mean, to just give a perspective how bad the tournament was, like I was seeded like fifth, I think fifth or sixth in that tournament at the start, and then I finished on like 80th place or something. So that was, I just couldn't handle that pressure, and it was too much for me. And probably that was the most difficult tournament I've played so far. But also later, now that I look back at the journey, I think it was such a crucial setback that, to be honest, without the tournament, I don't think I would have become world champion. So the reason I say it is because like I understood what it meant the whole journey to me, and I thought like once I managed to qualify for the candidates after the Grand Swiss, I got the final shot again at Chennai Grandmasters. I won that tournament, and I thought I've done so much for this. I've qualified for this tournament after such a huge challenge. Now that I'm going to give like 200% to take it all the way, and also these kind of very emotional experiences, they teach you a lot and change you as a person, I think. So yeah, it was a very special. I mean, although at that time it was a nightmare, I look back at it and I am grateful for that experience.
किस तरह के बदलाव आपको महसूस होते हैं जहाँ तक आप पहुँचे उस यात्रा में? आपको सक्सेस मिली है एक्सट्रीम, ठीक है। अभी आपने थोड़ी देर पहले बताया कि जब सेटबैक्स आए तो आपको वो भी बहुत एक एक्सट्रीम फीलिंग थी कि अब सब कुछ ख़त्म हो गया है। इन अनुभवों ने, इन एक्सट्रीम एक्सपीरियंसेस ने आपको कैसे बदला है?
So I think the experience that changed me a lot was also this experience where I was trying to qualify for the candidates, and I think at those moments I realized a lot about over the past few years. I mean, from the start, chess has been like, I don't know how do you say it, it's pretty much everything. Yeah, I mean, I wasn't really thinking about anything other than chess from the time I started. And last year when I was like like probably at my lowest in my career so far. And at that time, I realized the kind of support that the people close to me that give me. I started to appreciate like that chess is not my life. Yeah, I mean, there are people who really care about me, and they are probably more important than my career. I mean, I love chess and it's my passion and everything, but at the end of the day, it's still my career, and my life is not my career. So that's the most important thing I realized. And also, I mean, I'm giving it like my 100% in my career, obviously, but I'm also appreciating the little things outside of chess.
अच्छा गुकेश, आप ये बताइए, जैसे मैं लगातार आपसे सुन रहा हूँ कि आपने बहुत मेहनत की है, आपके साथ बहुत सारे लोगों ने मेहनत की है, और बहुत सारा स्ट्रेस ऑब्वियसली जब इतना सारा तप होता है उसमें आ ही जाता है। तो वर्ल्ड चैम्पियन बनना इज़ वन थिंग, जो बहुत सारे हुए हैं, हमारे हिंदुस्तान में ही हुए हैं आपसे पहले। यंगेस्ट वर्ल्ड चैम्पियन बनना एक बिल्कुल दूसरी चीज़ है। तो ये वो जो डेडलाइन वाली चीज़ थी कि मुझे यंगेस्ट बनना है, क्या ये आपके दिमाग में था, और क्या इस चीज़ ने आपके स्ट्रेस को ऐड किया? क्योंकि आप ये भी देख रहे हैं कि आप 4th या 5th ग्रेड के बाद में आप रेगुलर स्कूल नहीं जा रहे हैं, आपका पूरा टाइम एक नॉर्मल बच्चे से थोड़ा अलग बीत रहा है ना? आपके दोस्त, कोई क्रिकेट में कोई हाथ तोड़वा के आ रहा है, किसी का पैर टूट रहा है, कोई कुछ कर रहा है, लोगों की गर्लफ्रेंड्स बन रही हैं। तो आपका टाइम बहुत अलग तरह से बीता है, और आपको सबसे ऊपर भी जाना है, सबसे जल्दी भी जाना है। तो क्या इस वजह से कभी आपको ऐसा लगा कि एक नॉर्मल लाइफ नहीं रही, या इसने स्ट्रेस बहुत दिया आपको?
Overall I do agree that my life has been slightly different than that of a normal like teenager who goes to school or college, or this kind of things. But also there are pros and cons. I mean, there is this one side that I'm achieving things, that I'm probably earning money and I'm doing what I love, and stuff like that. There's also the other side that my social life is not as easy as as it generally would. But I think it's just the way how you look at it. I mean, there is I think the positives are that many people who as you mentioned earlier, that they don't have clarity on their career and stuff like that. And for me, it has never been a problem. There has been clarity from the start. So and also the other thing is is that I also travel a lot. I get to meet a lot of different people. I manage to interact and learn a lot from these experiences. So I prefer to look at it in a positive way, but I'm also aware that I do miss out on some things, and whenever I get time, I try to make some balance. I try to I mean, I was like very introverted a few years back, but now I'm trying to be more social. I wouldn't say I'm like changing, but like I'm just experimenting. Like I'm just trying out different things, like talking to people, and because it was like initially it was very hard for me to even talk to people. So I'm just trying to have some kind of balance.
ठीक है। आप अभी 2 हफ्तों का आपके पास में थोड़ा वक्त है, जिसमें आप थोड़ा वक्त अपने फैमिली को और कुछ ट्रैवल में दे सकते हैं। 2025 बहुत जल्दी आ ही जाने वाला है, और उसके बाद फिर से आप बिज़ी हो जाएंगे। यू आर सपोज टू फेस अर्जुन रिगाइसी, आपके दोस्त प्रज्ञानंदा से आपका एक मैच है, मैग्नस कार्लसन से आपके 2 मैचेस होने वाले हैं, विश्वनाथन आनंद से भी आपके मैच होंगे। इन सारे खिलाड़ियों में, या जिन खिलाड़ियों का नाम हमने नहीं लिया, उसमें से सबसे ज़्यादा चैलेंज आपको कौन करता है?
All of them you mentioned, and many more others are like great players. I really have a lot of respect for them. But probably I think any chess player would agree that the biggest challenge is to face Magnus, because he is simply the greatest of all time. So, and also it's very special for me that I would face Vishy sir again next year. I've played I've played a lot in training games with him, but not much in tournament settings, and it would be a lot of fun to do that next year.
कभी इस तरह से जितने नाम हमने लिए हैं या जो नाम हमने नहीं भी लिए, कभी इन लोगों से इस तरह चेस खेलने का मन करता है जो टूर्नामेंट ना हो, जहाँ पे कोई कैमरा ना हो, कोई स्कोर पॉइंट्स नहीं हो, बस गुकेश हैं और साथ में मैग्नस हैं, एक चेस बोर्ड है और कोई देख नहीं रहा है और आप लोग सिर्फ चेस खेल रहे हो?
Yeah, we
आपको
have.
पसंद क्या है? टूर्नामेंट्स में आप ज़्यादा एंजॉय कर लेते हैं टाइम, या फिर एक ऐसी बाजी जिसमें कोई जीत नहीं है, मतलब जीत ऑब्वियसली जीत हार होगी लेकिन कोई पॉइंट्स का लफड़ा नहीं है?
Yeah, we do have like friendly games. Probably not at the highest level, but like whenever we get time after tournaments, like we finish a tournament and then we spend like a couple of hours playing some chess together, and it's always fun. But for me personally, like what makes me fully involved in the process is the competition.
Tournament.
Yeah, like I mean, when there is no stakes, I am also a bit off. So, like when there is something to play for, when this win means something, then I'm like fully focused and involved. So, yeah, I'm a bit of a competitor. Yeah.
एक और सवाल हमारी रिसर्च टीम की तरफ से आया और उन्होंने कहा था ये ज़रूर गुकेश से आप पूछना, बहुत फोकस करना पड़ता है आप लोगों को बोर्ड पे, आपको भी, तमाम जो बाकी प्लेयर्स वहाँ तक पहुँचे हैं उन सबको भी, आँख कड़ा करके आप सारे पीसेस देख रहे होते हैं, आप अपनी आंखों का ध्यान कैसे रखते हैं? हम पत्रकार, हम 4 पेज पढ़ के चश्मा लग गया है।
Like also chess plays not only on the board, but also most of the work is been done with the laptop and computer. Like we have to do a lot of screen time. For example, like in my day, most of the time I'm in front of a screen. It's simply how chess players need to work, and probably also many other fields nowadays. Like I haven't taken it too seriously, to be very honest, but yeah, we have had some consultancies with some experts, and like I used to wear glasses for a brief time, but I was not very comfortable, so I practiced some exercises, like for example, one of the things I think is well known is this, like when you look at the screen for like 20 minutes, you take a break and then you look at a distance, you look at some tree and then you try to focus on that, and then you get back to, and these little things I think help a lot.
गुकेश, अभी आपने और अच्छा हुआ आपने याद दिलाया कि बहुत सारा काम आप लोगों का, बहुत सारी ट्रेनिंग, बहुत सारी एक्सरसाइजेस स्क्रीन्स पे होती है, कंप्यूटर्स आ गए हैं, चेस इंजन्स हैं अब, और इसके चलते एक प्रॉब्लम अभी पिछले कुछ सालों में देखने को मिली है कि बहुत बड़े टूर्नामेंट्स में हमने ऐसा देखा है कि एलिगेशंस लगे हैं चीटिंग के। आप इस चीज़ को कैसे देखते हैं और क्या आपको कभी किसी प्लेयर ने चीट करने की कोशिश की है?
Yeah, it's a very sensitive topic nowadays, and there are a lot of perspectives, lot of.
मैग्नस ने तो एक गेम से खेलने से मना कर दिया था कि मैं I'm not going to continue.
Yeah, I mean, I would not like to comment on that particular incident,
Fine.
but yeah, I mean there are obviously with engines come a lot of, with technology come a lot of these possibilities, and people try to misuse it, and for me personally, like, I mean, not only cheating, but any unethical thing is like unacceptable, because like you do something with your craft, and the basic respect you give is to not be dishonest with it. So yeah, cheating, I personally I would never do, and I would not advise anybody to do, but there are people who do it, obviously, and especially with online chess, there are a lot of things going on, and people are fighting against it, and I think like platforms like chess.com or many of the FIDE rules in over the board chess are fighting against it, and I hope there can be more trust, and we can play chess for what it is, and we can not get caught up with all the unethical things.
हाँ, और आप अपने टाइम में आप ट्रेन कीजिए, आपको इस तरह के शॉर्टकट्स के chess.com के इन्वेस्टिगेशन में तो उनको भी बहुत टाइम और बहुत ही एनालिटिक्स का सहारा लेना पड़ा था टू मेक आउट दैट पर्सन एक्स वाज अलेजेडली चीटिंग। तो वही है, तो आप ये चीज़ जैसे अगर मैं आपके साथ में मान के चलिए गेम खेल रहा हूँ ऑनलाइन, तो आपको किस चीज़ से ऐसा हिंट लगेगा कि नहीं यार निखिल कर रहा है गड़बड़, देयर समथिंग रॉन्ग विथ हिम?
Yeah, I mean, like when you get to a decent level in chess, for example, international master or grandmaster, for example, I'm playing against someone that I know that, like, for example, when I'm playing with someone who has a very low rating or something like that, and he or she, that person plays when you look at the moves, you can make out that it's like very high class moves. So if the person is like so obviously cheating, then I can make out, like, I mean, online or over the board, if I know the person he or she is, I can easily make out.
So
if
have you
the
ever called out such people?
Online, yes, but over the board, I haven't really faced it, or I think I haven't faced it. But the real challenge comes when, for example, a person is like quite a strong player. Let's say, for example, I'm 2700 in rating. For example, let's say 2500 or 2600, which is already a very high level. But when they start making, playing unethical chess, when they start, and at that level, you also don't need to cheat in every move. Like, for example, if you give me a position and you tell me like this position is where you need to think, that is a huge difference, because like most of the players who are very good and who unfortunately try unethical things, they don't cheat in every move. They just like need this one hint at one critical moment of the game that can change anything. So yeah, the real challenge comes when to handle those kind of cheating. But yeah, hopefully people realize that cheating leads nowhere, and yeah, hopefully there can be more trust within the players.
बिल्कुल, और वो मेहनत कर सकते हैं। अगर आप 18 साल में कर सकते हैं तो, और वैसे अभी तो लोग सारे कमेंटेटर्स यही कह रहे हैं कि बहुत मुश्किल है कि कोई गुकेश से पहले वर्ल्ड चैम्पियन बन जाए, आपसे भी कम उम्र में, और ऐसा लग रहा है कि काफ़ी लंबे समय तक कि अब ये रिकॉर्ड आपका बरकरार रहने वाला है ऑफ बीइंग द यंगेस्ट वर्ल्ड चैम्पियन। अभी आपको कुछ दिनों बाद दिल्ली जाना है, बहुत सारे लोग आपसे मिलना चाहते हैं, बहुत सारे लोग आपका वक्त उसमें 5 मिनट, 2 मिनट, 3 मिनट के लिए आपको कॉल कर रहे हैं। आपकी किसी से मिलने की इच्छा है दिल्ली में?
Sorry, I did not get the question.
You're supposed to travel to Delhi,
Yeah.
I guess?
Yeah.
Yes. तो आप वहाँ जाके किससे मिलना चाहेंगे? Would you like to see the president, prime minister? No.
Yeah, I would love to. I mean, we already met with the Honorable Prime Minister Sir in Delhi after the Olympiad,
Yes.
the whole Indian contingent. But yeah, after the World Championship, it would be really grateful to. I mean, I would be really grateful to meet the.
क्या बात हुई थी तब आपकी प्राइम मिनिस्टर से जब आप मिले थे पिछली बार?
Yeah, the whole Indian team, both the men and the women and the team and the coaches were there, and it was a very very nice atmosphere. The Prime Minister Sir was very friendly, and we spoke for like one hour or more, the whole team, and he asked us some questions about the event and what is happening around chess, and each one of our careers, and we were able to ask some questions to Sir, and also we met with the Sports Minister Sir. So yeah, it was a great time in Delhi, and I hope like in the next few days we would be able to experience that again.
So Gukesh, these were our questions. अब कुछ ऐसे सवाल हैं जो गूगल पर दुनिया जानना चाहती है आपके बारे में, तो आई विल टेक आउट माई फ़ोन और हम बस ये चेक करेंगे कि लोग गूगल पर आपके बारे में क्या जानना चाहते हैं.
Also, I would like to mention, like,
Yeah.
Westbridge is my personal sponsor. I'm really grateful for all the help, but also it was amazing for me to know that Google, they themselves sponsored the World Championship match, and for chess to get this kind of support from top brands is like really great for chess, and I'm really grateful for that.
ठीक है, तो पहली चीज़ जो जब हमने आपका नाम सर्च इंजन पे डाला तो उसमें ऊपर से जब हम देखते हुए आ रहे हैं तो उसमें सबसे पहला चीज़ जो लोग जानना चाहते हैं वो है गुकेश डोमाराजू आइडल.
Idol.
या
Yeah, from the start, Vishy sir. Yeah.
गुकेश टैक्स वेवर. ये मैं आपको भी समझा देता हूँ, अपने दर्शकों को भी समझा देता हूँ. गुकेश ने एक वेरी वेल डिजर्व्ड एक बड़ा इनाम जीता है, करोड़ों रुपए में है, वो गुकेश के पैसे हैं. लेकिन हिंदुस्तान का कानून कहता है कि जब इस तरह के टूर्नामेंट्स में आप कोई राशि जीतते हैं तो आपको कर भी देना होता है, कुछ टैक्स अमाउंट उस पर बनता है। एक खबर चल गई थी कि वो टैक्स वेव कर दिया गया है। आपकी भी इच्छा थी कि ये टैक्स वेवर आपको मिल जाए?
I mean, taxes are like very important for the growth of the country, and it's up to the government, and we as a family, we are like we are happy with any decision. But the
आप देने को
country's-
तैयार हैं टैक्स?
the country's growth is.
और आपने सोचा है आप अपने उस प्राइस मनी के साथ में क्या करोगे? मतलब वो पर्सनल भी हो सकती है, तो यू कैन डक द क्वेश्चन।
I haven't really thought about anything, but probably like we'll use it for training or maybe some vacation. Yeah.
ठीक है। एक और चीज़ जो गूगल पे है, अगेन गूगल, नॉट माय क्वेश्चन, लोग जानना चाहते हैं गुकेश गर्लफ्रेंड, ये खूब सर्च होता है, तो इज देयर अ लकी गर्ल जिससे आप बात करते हैं?
Not really. Like, yeah, I never had a girlfriend. Yeah, I mean, I pretty much the last 1 year, basically from last year December, once I qualified for the candidates, I was like thinking fully about the candidates, and the moment I won the candidates, it was all about the World Championship. So I did not really get much time to think about it, but I understand it's an important part of life, which at some point I will think about. Yeah.
अच्छा, आखिरी चीज़ गुकेश, जो हमारा आखिरी निवेदन आपसे है इस बातचीत में, यूर अ बिजी मैन, आपको और भी अपॉइंटमेंट्स आपके हैं आज। एक हमारी टीम की तरफ से आग्रह था कि उनका ये कहना था कि हमने बहुत सारे ग्रैंड मास्टर्स हिंदुस्तान में हुए हैं, वर्ल्ड चैम्पियंस भी हुए हैं, लेकिन इतना डैशिंग वर्ल्ड चैम्पियन नहीं हुआ है। आपका जो वो स्टाइल है
Yeah.
ये आपको कहाँ से आइडिया आया, या फिर ये एक मतलब वो एक इंस्टिंक्ट वाली चीज़ है? आप एक बार करके हमारे व्यूअर्स को दिखाना चाहेंगे?
It's like a habit. I mean, like I don't know where it came from. I personally, till the people noticed it and told me, I didn't even notice that I do this. Like, so I have this set of routines that I do before a game. Like, I come to the board, I adjust the chair, I adjust the pieces, I write the score sheet. I put the knights facing the king and stuff like that. And I've done this for like so many years that I don't have to think about it. Yeah, I just go there and I'm doing it. So, like, yeah, it's basically like an instinct to me. I don't know how it came.
हाँ, जनरली जब आप खुश होते हैं तब हम आपको करते देखते हैं।
Okay, I don't remember exactly, but
नहीं, वो
like,
देखने वालों की चीज़ है। प्लीज
like this. Yeah, I just adjust my collar because sometimes it gets tight. Yeah.
अच्छा, और जिस तरह से आप ड्रेसअप होते हो, ये मतलब आपके टाइटल का वेट है, या आप और यू लाइक टू ड्रेस कैजुअली टू?
Sorry.
जैसे आप काफ़ी फॉर्मल नज़र आते हैं आपके तमाम चैम्पियनशिप्स में, जब आप जाते हैं तो वहाँ तो एक कंपल्शन है, बाकी टाइम आपको कैसे रहना पसंद है?
Yeah, I never really thought about my dressing things. Like, obviously during tournaments I need to follow dress code and stuff, but at home I just it's usual, like yeah, not formal. Yeah.
संत का जीवन है, ऐसा लगेगा नहीं आपको कि बहुत ज़्यादा सोचने, बहुत ज़्यादा एनर्जी इन्वेस्ट करने वाला लड़का है? एकदम सादा सुंदर लड़का, एक छोटा सा कमरा है, एक जगह लैपटॉप, एक जगह सिस्टम रखा हुआ है, एक बोर्ड है, एक बेड है सिंगल। तो वो वीडियो आपको ज़रूर देखना चाहिए। ये जनरली होता नहीं है कि किसी यूट्यूब चैनल पे आप किसी दूसरे यूट्यूब चैनल का रिकमेंडेशन देखें, लेकिन आपको वो वीडियो जा कर के ज़रूर देखना चाहिए। तो शुक्रिया गुकेश, आपने अपने स्केड्यूल में से इतना वक्त निकाला, हमारे समझ ना समझ सवालों के जवाब भी दिए। खबरगांव परिवार की तरफ से हम आपका शुक्रिया अदा करते हैं, पूरे भारत की तरफ से आपको बधाई भी देते हैं आपके टाइटल के लिए। ये जो बातचीत आपने गुकेश के साथ में हमारी देखी, उसके लिए हमने तो तैयारी की ही, लेकिन हमारी बड़ी मदद की कमल ने, रवि ने और पूरे खबरगांव परिवार ने। और इस बातचीत को रिकॉर्ड किया है निवेदिता ने, चेन्नई में हमारे सहयोगियों के साथ। आप देखते रहिए खबरगांव।